I don't think people understand the gravity of what happened in Metropolis. The sky over Metropolis, usually a vibrant blue, was choked with an unnatural darkness. The once bright and bustling city now lay under a thick, oppressive shroud, casting long shadows over its towering skyscrapers and winding streets. The air was heavy, almost suffocating, as if the city itself was holding its breath, waiting for something to break the silence. A palpable wave of fear, icy and sharp, swept through the city streets. The usual hustle and bustle had been replaced by an eerie stillness, broken only by the occasional whisper of the wind. People moved quickly, their eyes darting around nervously, as if expecting danger to leap out from the shadows at any moment. The sense of dread was almost tangible, a cold hand gripping the heart of Metropolis. Superman, the invincible Man of Steel, was gone. His absence was a gaping wound in the fabric of the city, a void that no one else could fill. The sight of his empty costume, discarded and forgotten, was a stark reminder of the hero they had lost. It was as if the very essence of hope had been stripped away, leaving only despair in its wake. He had faced countless threats, overcome impossible odds, but this time it seemed even he could not escape defeat. The battles he fought were legendary, his victories a testament to his strength and courage. Yet the latest adversary had proven too much, even for him. The image of Superman, once a symbol of unyielding power, now brought to his knees, was a sight that shook the very core of Metropolis. The weight of the world, a burden he had carried with unwavering strength, finally seemed to have crushed even him. For years, he had been the pillar of strength, the one who bore the weight of countless lives on his shoulders. But now, that burden had become too great, and the strain was evident in every line of his weary face. The hero who had once seemed invincible was now a tragic figure, struggling under the immense pressure. Whispers of the last son of Krypton's demise spread like wildfire. The news traveled quickly, carried on the lips of every citizen, each retelling more dramatic than the last. Headlines screamed of his fall, and the air was thick with speculation and fear. Conversations were hushed, filled with uncertainty and dread, as the people of Metropolis tried to come to terms with the unthinkable. Some refused to believe, others clung to hope, their faith unshaken. In the face of overwhelming evidence, there were still those who believed in his return. They looked to the skies, waiting for the familiar streak of red and blue, holding on to the belief that their hero would come back to save them once more. Their hope was a fragile thing, but it was all they had left. But in the heart of the storm, a cold, hard truth settled. Superman, the beacon of hope, the symbol of unwavering strength, had fallen. The reality of his defeat was a bitter pill to swallow, and the city mourned the loss of its greatest protector. The once proud symbol of his strength now lay broken and battered, a testament to the battle that had taken him down. The city, once vibrant and alive with his presence, now felt eerily still, the silence heavy with unspoken fear. The absence of his reassuring presence was a void that could not be filled, and the city seemed to hold its breath, waiting for a miracle that might never come. The streets, once filled with life and energy, were now silent and empty, a stark contrast to the bustling metropolis they had once known. In the absence of their champion, the citizens of Metropolis were left to grapple with a chilling reality. Even gods could bleed. The invincibility they had always associated with Superman was shattered, and the realization that he was not infallible was a heavy burden to bear. The fear and confusion were palpable, as the people tried to come to terms with the vulnerability of their hero. The very foundation of their world had been shaken, leaving behind a void only Superman could fill. The loss of their hero was not just a personal tragedy, but a blow to the very heart of Metropolis. The city, once a beacon of hope and strength, now stood as a testament to the fragility of even the greatest heroes. The void left by Superman's fall was a chasm that seemed impossible to bridge, a reminder of the hero they had lost and the hope that had died with him. From the shadows, a sinister cabal emerged, their intentions as dark as the night that cloaked them. Sensing weakness in the wake of Superman's absence, the city, once vibrant and bustling, now lay eerily silent, its protector gone. Lex Luthor, the brilliant but twisted genius, saw an opportunity to seize control, his resentment for the Kryptonian reaching its boiling point. With Superman out of the picture, Luthor's plans could finally come to fruition. Brainiac, the cold, calculating collector of worlds, saw a chance to add Earth to his morbid collection. His advanced technology and ruthless intellect made him a formidable foe, one who would stop at nothing to achieve his goals. Doomsday, the creature born of destruction, reveled in the ensuing chaos. His very existence was a testament to the devastation he could unleash, and without Superman to stop him, his rampage seemed unstoppable. Each villain, driven by their own twisted desires, converged on the vulnerable city, their combined might a force unlike any Metropolis had ever seen. The city, already weakened, now faced an unprecedented threat. The absence of their protector had created a vacuum, one that these harbingers of doom were all too eager to fill. The people of Metropolis, once confident in their safety, now felt a growing sense of dread. The very fabric of Metropolis, already strained, began to fray at the edges, threatening to unravel completely. The storm was not just gathering, it was about to break, and the city stood on the brink of catastrophe. But even as the world believed him gone, Superman existed, trapped not by physical chains, but by the depths of his own despair. His heart, once a beacon of hope, now felt like a heavy stone, dragging him deeper into an abyss of sorrow. The man who once soared through the skies now found himself grounded by the weight of his own emotions. He found himself adrift in a sea of doubt and anguish, his spirit as broken as his physical form. Each day was a struggle, a battle against the shadows that threatened to consume him. The once vibrant colors of his world had faded to shades of gray, leaving him in a perpetual state of melancholy. The weight of his failures pressed down on him, suffocating him with the sheer magnitude of his loss. Every mistake, every misstep, replayed in his mind, a relentless reminder of his perceived inadequacies. The burden of being a symbol of hope had never felt heavier. The world saw Superman as an invincible alien, but beneath the surface he was also Clark Kent, a man who felt the sting of loss as deeply as any other. The memories of loved ones lost, the faces of those he couldn't save, haunted him. He was a hero to many, but in his heart he was just a man grappling with profound grief. The line between his two identities blurred, leaving him struggling to reconcile the man he was with the symbol he represented. The duality of his existence became a source of inner conflict, as he tried to balance the expectations of the world with his own personal struggles. The farm boy from Kansas and the hero of Metropolis seemed worlds apart, yet they were one and the same. The very essence of his being, his unwavering hope, seemed to flicker and fade with each passing moment. The light that once shone so brightly within him was now a mere glimmer, struggling to stay alive. Yet even in his darkest hours, a small part of him clung to the belief that hope could be rekindled, that the dawn would eventually break through the night. Yet, even in the darkest depths of his despair, a flicker of the indomitable spirit of Superman remained. The memory of his parents, their unwavering belief in him, echoed through the void. He remembered the countless lives he had saved, the smiles he had inspired, the hope he represented. And with that memory, the embers of his resolve began to glow. He would not let the world he swore to protect crumble. He would not let the sacrifices of those he loved be in vain. Through sheer willpower, Superman began to claw his way back from the abyss, drawing strength from the very despair that threatened to consume him. Section 5. Dawn over Metropolis. Hope rekindled. As the villains celebrated their imagined victory, a glimmer of hope pierced the darkness. A faint but unmistakable heartbeat resonated from the heart of Metropolis. The ground trembled, buildings shook, and a surge of energy, raw and powerful, erupted into the sky. Superman was back. His eyes, once clouded with doubt, now blazed with renewed purpose, his spirit tempered by the fires of his ordeal. He was no longer simply Superman, the Man of Steel. He was something more. He was hope given form, a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who refused to surrender. Section 6. The Triumph of the Human Spirit. The battle was fierce, a clash of titans that shook the very foundations of Metropolis. Superman faced each villain, his resolve unwavering, his strength amplified by the burning desire to protect his city, his world. He fought Brainiac's cold, calculating intellect with unwavering determination, countered Doomsday's brute strength with tactical brilliance, and faced Lex Luthor's cunning with the unwavering moral compass that Luthor could never understand. Each blow he struck was not just a display of superhuman strength, but a testament to the unyielding spirit of humanity. He fought not just for Metropolis, but for the very ideal that hope could triumph over despair, that even in the face of overwhelming darkness, light would find a way. Section 7. Superman, the undisputed champion. One by one, he defeated his enemies not with brute force but with the courage of his convictions. He showed them that true strength lay not in power, but in the will to fight for what was right, no matter the cost. When the dust settled, it was Superman, battered but unbroken, standing tall amidst the ruins. He had faced his demons, internal and external, and emerged victorious. In that moment of triumph, he wasn't just the Man of Steel, he was a symbol of hope for the world. He was the embodiment of the unwavering human spirit, a beacon of light in the darkest of times. Section 8. Legacy of Hope, an enduring symbol. As the sun rose over a battered but unbroken metropolis, casting its golden light upon the symbol of hope that stood at its heart, the world knew that Superman had returned. But they also knew something more. They knew that the spirit of Superman, the unwavering belief in hope, resided in each of them. Superman's victory was not just his own, it was a victory for everyone who dared to hope, who dared to believe in a brighter tomorrow. It was a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming odds, the human spirit, much like the Man of Steel himself, could rise again, stronger and more determined than ever before.